Hey guys, this is Paulo from Vintage is the New Old. In this video, you'll get to know all the entries for the first THEC64 Winter Game Development Competition. Retro Games Limited, producer of the C64 and the VIC-20, held a game competition that has invited developers to create games for both machines. The compo got 8 VIC-20 games and 4 C64. The themes were all over the place, bringing a nice collection of new games for the two platforms. I confess I would expect the opposite with more games for the C64, but it's nice to see how many passionate VIC-20 enthusiasts exist out there. You can download all the games from Retro Games website following the link in the description notes. The games can be played on real machines, emulators, and of course on both the C64 and the C64 Mini, as well as the VIC-20. Let's take a look at each one of them, and in the end, we'll learn who won the competition. Cheese Trials is a 2D puzzle platform game created by Hewco for the VIC-20 with 35K of RAM. In the game, you control a lab mouse called Echo, who must participate in experiments to get some cheese as a reward. On each level, you have to control Echo to get the cheese bits as fast as possible. The interesting about this game is that it will reveal the rest of the level as you eat each cheese piece, giving you little time to find the next piece's best route. After you get all the parts, the exit will appear and you will need to reach it to finish the level. Underwater Basket Weaving is a puzzle game written and based by Jeffrey Daniels for the unexpanded VIC-20. The task is to match a multicolored weave shown on the right by using correct color-coded strands and placing them in the right order. Your attempt will appear on the left of the play area. Each weave must be solved before the hero's oxygen runs out. Rainfall is another game for the VIC-20 that looks very similar to the early Legend of Zelda games. The game presents a small map to explore under the rain, where you have to collect the fruits and other items before the soil becomes too soaked. These items are located in some areas that you will have to break down to access using a hammer. To use it, you will have to press the fire button while holding the stick in one of the 8 directions. Your health will decrease when you stay for too long in a wet area. Majikeyric has submitted 2 games for the competition. This one is called Fall for the VIC-20 with 8K of RAM. The game is an infinite runner where you control 2 men at the same time. Each one of them is sliding down a vertical hole full of chainsaws that will kill you as soon as you hit them. To avoid the gory death, you have to jump to the other side of the hole at the right time. Just saying that will make the game look very easy, but the catch is that each man is controlled independently of the other, and sometimes you have to jump at different times and even in different directions. Of course, the game can be played by 2 players, but the real challenge is see how far you can go by yourself. The second entry by the same developer, Jump, has pretty much the same gameplay, but this time the 2 characters will be running and jumping on a horizontal orientation. Both games present simple graphics, but the smooth animations and the scrolling are worth mentioning. Cheeky Monkey by Gurce Isikyildiz for the unexpanded VIC-20 is a platform and ladders game where you control a monkey trying to get to the top platform. Other monkeys will throw coconuts at you trying to block your way up. You can also throw coconuts back at them using the fire button associated with the left or right direction. You have to be careful because gravity is a thing here and your own coconut can knock you out. Justian has submitted a nice looking game for the unexpanded VIC-20 called Submed. You take control of a submarine and your task is to deliver medical supplies to the bases underwater. An abundance of sea life complicates this task. The fishes won't kill you, but they will certainly slow you down to the point you can run out of oxygen, which is only replenished when you reach the base located at the shore. As you progress through the game, the underwater bases are farther away, making the task harder as you have the same amount of oxygen available. Finding the best route is a must to survive. The last VIC-20 submission is VIC-Snake. It's a conversion of a C64 game called Pet Snake developed in 2019. VIC-Snake is what to expect of a traditional snake-type game where you control a reptile around the screen and it grows as it eats. In this variant, you have a certain amount of time to eat, otherwise it's game over. VIC-Snake is written in Basic, which usually means slow animations. Still, surprisingly, the game runs very well, showing that it's possible to write fun and playable games using the interpreted language. This C64 Winter Game Development Competition received 4 games for the C64, and all of them are very good. The first one is Folding 2 by Ernst Neubeck. Folding 2 is a puzzle game where on each level you are presented with tiles that you need to fold one by one until they are all gone. The catch is that once the tile is gone, there is no going back on it. So you must carefully plan the fastest and safest route. The game shows simple but effective graphics, and the music by Richard Bayless complete the package of this well-rounded game. Space Planters is one of my favorite games of this batch. It's a very cool space-themed tile match puzzle game, and that's a mouthful. The board consists of a 6x6 grid where you have to place the items present on the screen's right side. You always have 2 options to choose from that you can swap using the Enter key. You place the pieces freely on the board, and when you match 3 or more, they will be merged and converted into a more valuable item. For example, if you put 3 space rocks together, they will become a dwarf planet. The game has instructions on showing each piece what they can become. The game's objective is to get the maximum amount of high-level pieces before the board gets full. To add some difficulty to the game, the aliens move around and take space on the board. However, if you manage to confine them with the other pieces, they will also turn into high-level pieces themselves. Space Planners was created by Wilfred, with graphics by Martin and Vivi. Ghostbusters Basic is an impressive take on the original Activision's game released in 1984 with some additional gameplay elements. Like the original, your task is to respond to Slimer attacks at various locations to make money to pay your debts. During play, the city's psychokinetic energy, or pKa, is increasing, and once it's above a specific limit, you must sneak two of your crew past the Stay Put Marshmallow Man to then close the gates to Zoo and save the city from impending doom. The game was created by Steveboy and entirely written in Basic using THEC characters, giving a nice look and relatively smooth animations. Oyup is based on a Sega Mega Drive game Puyo Puyo 2, which is in essence a Tetris battle. You can play the game against the computer or another player, and when you match pieces, not only you remove them from your stack, but you will build up an attack against your opponent. The game is colorful and fast-paced. That, complemented with the background music, makes it a commercial-grade game that can entertain you for many play sessions. Because the judges couldn't decide the best game between the VIC-20 and the C64, they chose to elect one winner for each machine. For the VIC-20, the winner is Cheese Trials, and for the C64, Oyup. Both winners will get the full-size VIC-64 and a micro switch joystick. It was fun to play all the games to make this video. Congratulations to the winners and all the other participants. And for you, thanks for watching, and please remember to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.